Good morning, student. Today I am going to teach you the fourth chapter of history, the Delhi Sultanate second. In this chapter, we will discuss about the administration, cultural and religious development, or the art and architecture which was found during the Delhi Sultanate. First of all, we will discuss about the administration which was found during the time of the Delhi Sultanate. The government which was established by the Turks in India, that was the mixture of Islamic ideas and the Rajput system. When the Turks they established their rule in India, at that time the Rajput rulers were there in India, and when the Turks established their rule in India, they adopted the political ideas of the Rajput rulers of India. So the government which was established by the Turks, that was the mixture of Islamic ideas and the system of the Rajputs. Next is the administration. What type of administration was established by the Turk rulers? How they ruled over the India? The administration, the changes were found in the administration with the change of king, where it means it changes from the one king to another. But some common features were there in the administration of the Turks. First was the position of the Sultan. The head of the Delhi Sultanate was Sultan, and he was very powerful. He was the executive, he was the judicial, and he was also the commander of the army. Executive means he enforces the laws, and he also makes the laws, he also enforces the laws on the people, and if anybody broke the laws, he also provides justice to the people, and he was the head of the army, means he was very powerful. Next, khutwa, that is in word meaning also. Khutwa means that was the sermon which was read on the name of the ruler. In the Islam, the khutbah was read on the name of the ruler, and the coins were also issued on the name of the king. So it also shows that the king was powerful, the position of the king was very strong. In theory, the king had to rule according to the Islamic rules which are given in the Quran. The king had to rule according to the Islamic rules which are given in the Quran, but in the practice it was not there. The order of the king was the law. He could also appoint and dismiss any minister. If he wanted to appoint any minister and if he wanted to dismiss any minister, then he could. So it means he was powerful. And next is military character of the government. Military means the government, the military played important role in the government. How the military played important role in the government? Firstly, the Sultan conquered the areas with the help of the military. The military helped the king to conquered means to bond the areas. With the help of military, the sultans able to bond the different areas, and they also able to defeat their enemies like Mongols, as we had done in the last chapter. Mongols, during the Delhi rulers, Mongols were attacked on India, and like Alauddin Khilji and the Balban, at the time the Mongols attacked on India, and they defeated the Mongols with the help of army. So army also helped to defeat the enemies, and the army also helped to suppress the revolts, which was, revolt means when the nobles get against the king, they became rebellious, and the king also able to suppress these revolts with the help of the army, with the help of the military. So military played important role in the administration. Next is the administrative machinery, how the Sultan ruled. He ruled, the Sultan was absolute powerful, means he was all powerful, he had the all powers, and to help him the Wazir was there, and the other minister was the chief Qazi. Qazi, he was the head of the judicial system. He provide the justice. He helped the king to provide the justice. And next was the Bakshi. He also helped the king. His work was to pay to the army. So he was the paymaster of the army. That is important. Who was Bakshi? Who was Chief Qazi? Chief Qazi was the head of the judicial system, and the Bakshi was the paymaster of the army. Next point is spy system. We had done this system many times, and here I am going to define deeply what was the spy system. During the old sultans, the spies were there. Who were the spies? Underline this. You can also write down. Spies, they were the secret reporters which were appointed by the king. For what? They were also known as the news writers. For what? To inform the sultan about everything that was going on in their areas. They were secretly appointed by the king. Nobody knows about them, but they collected the information about different areas of the king, and they provide this information to the king. Next is provincial government. Provincial government, how the area of the sultan was divided. The Delhi Sultanate, that was divided into provinces. Like in India, the India is divided into states, and states are further divided into districts, and districts are divided into Jila Parishad. But in the past, the Delhi Sultanate was divided into provinces, and the provinces were further divided into sheikhs. The sheikhs were divided into parganas, and parganas were divided into village. That was the administration, provincial government, the provincial administration of the Delhi Sultanate. You can comparison it with India's now. With India, like India divided into states, provinces were there, sheikhs were there, now the districts are there. Pargana was the group of villages. That is also in a word meaning. What were the parganas? Next is I am going to tell you about the village. Who was there in the villages at that time? 3 main ministers were there in the village: Patwari, Musharrif, and Muqaddam. Who was Patwari? He keeps the land record of the village. Second important person was Musharrif. Musharrif, he was the accountant of the village, and third was Muqaddam, he was the head of the village. These 3 persons were found in the villages, and they helped to run the administration of the village. Next is Iqta system. That is very important. What was Iqta? Iqta was a piece of the land. During the Delhi Sultanate, land was the important source of income. The mostly income came from the land, because the ruler collect the tax from the land. So land was the important source of the income. And the sultan, he divided the land into the number of units, means into the different pieces. The land was divided into the pieces, and these pieces of land were known as the Iqtas. Why he divided the land into different Iqtas? For the revenue collection, to collect the revenue. And who was the head of the Iqta? The head of the Iqta was known as the Muqt. The land was divided into different pieces, and each piece have the head for what? To collect the land revenue from that particular piece. And the head of that Iqta was known as the Muqt, and the piece of the land was known as the Iqta, and the head of the Iqta was Muqt. And what was the work of the Muqt? He collected the land revenue from the land, and what he did with that land revenue, he keep a portion, certain portion of land revenue with him, and rest he gave to the king. The some part he keep with some part of the land revenue he keep with himself, and the rest he gave to submit to the king. And because he collected the land revenue, he keep the land revenue with him, and with this land revenue he maintained the army for king, to help the king. Next was social condition. What was the society was found at the time? The society was divided into 4 categories: aristocracy, priests, town people, and the peasants. The society was divided into 4 parts: aristocracy, priestly class, third town people, and fourth the peasants.